What's going on, everyone? Sponseni Lamini here, back here with another video. So today, guys, we're going to talk about a few things that are going to happen in the month of November on the markets itself. So before we move on, so I just want to read this risk disclaimer that is here. So trading CFD products um, carries a high level of risk. Ne? So do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. So it's important to trade money that you cannot afford to lose. So this video is educational. It's for educational purposes, not investment advice. So moving on, the assets that we are going to check out for this month of November, we are going to look at the US dollar index. Then we are going to look at euro dollar, euro USD. We are going to check out Bitcoin. We're going to look at XRP, the Nasdaq 100, and then our very own USD ZAR. And then on the JSE front, we're going to look at the J200, the top 40, Investec, Tiger Brands, Netbank, and also we're going to look at Woolworths. So let's jump on it now. So guys, we have a lot of economic activity that's going to take place for this month now. So there's a lot of things that are going to take place in the month of November. As you know, that's in South Africa, it is going to be an election day on Monday, the 1st of November, and there's a lot of economic data as well in other countries, such as Japan is giving out their monetary policy statement. The Australian dollar is also giving out their RBA statement and also rates decision. And then in Germany, there's also going to be news for the euro. And then as well, in the US, the most important one for this week in the US is the Federal Reserve interest rate decision, as well as the FOMC statement. So as much as we know that the Fed is not going to increase rates on this meeting, but the statement that they are going to release, it is very, very important. I'll also explain a few things of why they are going to explain on their statement as well. There's going to be initial jobless claims on this week on Thursday, and then on Friday there's going to be NFP. So it's a really, really, really jam-packed, heavy economic calendar for this week. So moving forward, talking about the Fed, né? So the Fed is seen to start announcing a taper bond purchasing program, of which is this week. So this article was written last week. So they are saying that on this meeting, I think on the statement, they are not going to increase any rates on this meeting, but they are going to announce the taper bond purchase program. So if they announce this bond taper program, eventually the US dollar will be strong. The markets, sorry, the US dollar will be strong against other currencies. And also what the Fed has said recently through their surrogates, it's that the market is starting to price in more interest rate hikes than the Fed is indicating. So market participants are starting to realize that the Fed is going to increase interest rates more than the Fed is announcing. So traders are expecting more aggressive response from the Federal Reserve than the policy makers. So the market is anticipating less than 2 or possibly 3 hikes in 2022 compared to maybe 1 in the latest Fed forecast. So market participants are pricing in that the Fed will announce 2 or 3 key interest rates for the US economy. So jumping on, moving on to looking at the dollar, looking at the dollar itself, we are looking at the dollar that we saw that it did this double bottom thing here, and it was a W formation, and then it moved into this box range that is here. After the box range, it is starting to trade outside of the box range. So now it's trading outside the 93.52 level, of which last week's closing candle was extremely bullishness. So we might see that the dollar will be strong in the next coming days, weeks, or even months or so. So we're still talking about the dollar. Let us move on to Euro USD. So the dollar will be extremely strong pending these news that they have announced in recent history. So as we know that euro dollar is the opposite of the dollar index, so there is the that side it's a double bottom, so on this side it's a double top, and so pending this double top, the dollar broke a very critical level, of which is this level right here, and the 1.6.63 level. So now it's trading below this level, so which might tell us that the euro USD might actually fall in the next coming weeks or in the next coming days or so, because with what the bank of or the Euro Bank said last week, it makes sense that the euro will be weaker than the dollar in the next coming days, weeks, or even months. So this is just a sentiment that I have pending euro USD in there. So euro dollar might actually fall right about to the 1.36 level, and even as low as the 1.118 level. So these are very critical levels for euro USD as well moving forward. So jumping on, looking at the crypto market, so we saw that cryptos have been making very big moves. They've been making very big modest moves in the past couple of weeks, and the crypto market cap has jumped to over 2.62 trillion. Bitcoin itself has surpassed, say, Facebook by market cap. It's trading over the 1.2 trillion market cap Bitcoin on itself. So it is the sixth largest asset in the world, Bitcoin, at this moment. And as we can see that I have two scenarios of Bitcoin myself. I have a bearish scenario for Bitcoin, and I have a bullish scenario. So the bullish case for Bitcoin, let us check it out. That's BTC USD. So I have two scenarios for Bitcoin. Because why I do have two scenarios, because most of the time when Bitcoin makes a new high or it moves aggressively, something is said or something happens on the crypto markets, and then it falls aggressively. So it's better to look at the two sides of the coin. So the bull case here is that we've seen that crypto moved extremely high. Let us look at the daily charts. So we saw that Bitcoin had moved extremely higher pending this bullish flag here, and it moved extremely higher, and now it is trading above this 60,000 level. So it needs to hold the 60,000 level in order for it to move higher to 68, even as high as 76,000. So we might see these things happen in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months, but it needs to hold this 60,000 level. So because it is a very, very key and critical level. So this is a bullish case for Bitcoin, and I have a bearish case as well in order things start to go south, and if it starts to BTC US, unless it starts trading below that 60,000 level. So the bearish case here for Bitcoin, let me just, yeah, this is the bearish case for Bitcoin that I have. So it's just a technical case that I have. So it did this Quasimodo pattern. So it made a high, and then it made a low. The rules of a Quasimodo, it made a high, it made a low, and then it made a higher high, and then it made a lower low. So it has been compressing for some time, and then it broke out of this triangle pattern here, and then it reached the high of the Quasimodo pattern. So this red zone here, it's a high liquidity zone. So it is very, very important. It's either it's gonna break higher or it is gonna fall perhaps to 52,000, even as 47, even as low as 29 case. So this is a bearish case for the rules of the strategy of the Quasimodo. I'm not saying it will happen like this, but it's just a bearish case like this. So do not shoot me when things don't happen this way. So in the case of XRP, in the case of XRP, so in the case of XRP, I just have this one sentiment for it, and but if it doesn't happen this way, well, it doesn't happen. So it has this channel that it has been doing for the past couple of months. It has been ranging on this channel, so I'm suspecting that it might come down to the 0.88 level. It might find some support here, some buyers on this level here, and then maybe it will move higher to the $140 level, even as high as the $160, even as high as the $2 level. So this is a long-term forecast for XRP. I just have this one sentiment. I don't have a bearish case for it, but the structure allows it that it might actually bounce here and find value, and then it might start moving higher. So as I highlighted earlier on, this is an educational video, not trading advice. So let us check out INS 100, and then we're going to look at USD ZAR. So in the case of Nasdaq, we have seen that the technology giants have been really, really resilient for some time, and Nasdaq is about to do a very, very interesting thing that it has never done before. Nasdaq, since it fell last year in March, it fell as low as on the corona crisis in March. Then let me show you this thing. So this was the corona crisis low at 68,000, and now it has tripled. It is close to tripling its value in over less than 2 years, something it has never done before. So in less than a year and a half, if I'm not mistaken, yes, because this was the corona low, and this was November last year, and then this was March 22. It has doubled in value in March 22, and now it's about to tripled in value sometime maybe in the next coming weeks or so. So this is very, very interesting when it comes to the Nasdaq, because we've seen that the tech companies have been really, really resilient when it comes to their earnings, when it comes to innovation, when it comes to making new stuff and all of that. So even the regulation in the US hasn't tried to crack down the tech giants. As you can see that Nasdaq has been bouncing off this channel. It moved here and then it came back here, moved high, it bounced off here again, it moved high, it bounced off, and then it finds support right somewhere in the 14,400 level, and then now it's moving extremely resiliently higher. My guess is that it's going to move as high as the 16,350 level. So that is my guess, and then maybe when it reaches this level, it might start to pull back a little, maybe to 1525, to 15,250, and even as low as the 1400 level. So markets don't move in a straight line. As you can see that it has been bouncing on this channel. So the 15,250 level makes sense if it's going to bounce here and then come back, because maybe it will be the low of the channel at the time when it bounces and reaches this year. So yeah, let us check out EUSD ZAR. USD ZAR. Okay, on our very own USD ZAR, when we do a simple top-down analysis, like looking at the weekly chart, so on the weekly charts there on USD ZAR, we see that there's this big bullish structure that is here on the ZAR. There's this V play that is here, a low, a high, a low, a high, and then it came back here. So there's this V play that is here, and then it came back a week ago. It tested this low, and then it moved aggressively this previous week, and now it's trading outside this channel, this trend line that is right here. So my guess is that it's going to break out and then come back, retest this trend line, and then it's going to move higher. Why am I saying this? Number one, political stability in South Africa, it needs to happen, as long as and also with the load shedding issues that are currently happening right now in our country, and as well as the bullish case that I outlined with the US dollar, because USD ZAR has a 90% correlation with the US dollar. So if the US dollar moves higher, obviously the rand will be weaker. So we will be seeing perhaps the 1588 level very, very soon. And then if the 1588 level doesn't hold, 1660 will be exposed, and then it can move as high as the 1750 level. I know I will be exaggerating here a bit, but bear in mind, guys, this is a weekly chart, so this play can can even happen in a year, can even happen in a space of a few months. We don't know. And also in line on that dollar index chart, it was a weekly chart as well. So I did this chart in line with the dollar index as well. So moving on to the J200 now. We're gonna look at J200 in the sec. Looking at the J200, the top 40. So on the top 40, I just wanna put a few indicators here. Mm, 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 mm. Just gonna put a moving average. Okay. Let us make this one a ish. Come on, man. Okay, let us make this one a 50, ne? Let us make this one a 50-day moving average. The blue one is gonna be a 50, the blue one. Where are the parameters? Okay, it's fine when it's blue, because I'm actually wasting time now. And then I'm gonna put another one, a 200. Okay, this thing is slow, so it's actually not my problem when it's slow. It's when it does what it does. Okay, then I've actually put the 200, let us make it red. Let us make it red. I actually wanted to make it thick, so it can be much visible, but I can't find that feature. So what I'm actually trying to explain here, it's this death cross thingy that I said here. So on the corona crisis, the 200, sorry, the 50-day moving average, which is the blue one, dipped below what am I saying now? Ishmael and Shinjin again. 200. I've wasted 3 minutes on this thing. I should be done. Okay, what actually happened here, guys? I'm not gonna take long on this. What actually happened here, guys? During the corona crisis, the 50-day moving average, which is the blue one, crossed below the 200-day moving average, which is the red one. So now here history is repeating itself here again. The 50 has crossed below the 200-day moving average. So I don't know. So this is just a technical it's just a book technical analysis theory, that if the 200, if the 50 moving average dips below the 200-day moving average, we might see stocks falling, so we don't know what's going to happen, but I'm still much fond of this theory because it happened before and now it's happening. Maybe it will come back higher again. I do not know, but it will depend on our stability, and if USDs are strengthening, maybe we will be safe on this. But as I always say, that stay away from the big tech companies. So let us check out unakunjani Investec, INL. So I'm sorry I took a lot of time on that, but I just wanted to highlight that thing as well. Investec Bank, ILN. in okay, I want the not the PLC. I want the limited, the Investec limited. Is this one, because there are two Investecs. There's the limited and then there's the PLC. Okay, what actually happened here on Investec? Let me remove these moving averages because they're creating a distraction now. So Investec has been like moving resiliently higher during the past year, ne? And now what actually did is that it broke out of the box range, ne? That was here, ne? So we might see price actually going higher, ne? To the 70s, ne? This chart I did it, but I don't know where my drawings went, and it's showing the old drawings, but it's going to move higher, maybe even as high as 80 bucks, somewhere around there. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this, maybe the bank is just as much as it has that scandal, that I think it's 100 million scandal, fraud scandal, but I think investors are not pricing in the thing, or they have priced it anyway, because we know that banks, they do go through such processes over some time, ne? So I'm seeing that Investec might continue its bullish trend as it moved from here. You saw it moved here, it went to 53, from 53 to 61, and then it can move to the 80s level, ne? So let us look at Tiger Brands, ne? So essentially, Tiger Brands, what might actually happen here is that there is this bullish case that is here, there's this V play here, and the market came to retest the lows here on this candle and created this large bullish candle, and now there's another bullish candle here on the 191 level. So it can actually go higher to 205, even as high as 201, and high as 227. So let us check on NetBank, you know? Actually, I don't want this video to be long. So in the story of NetBank, what we're seeing that it might actually come back on this level, on the blue zone here, on the blue zone that is there. Ne? Let us make it here a weekly chart. So it might come back here to retest this level, and then find more buyers, and then price will actually move higher. So the last one is Woolworths, ne? It's WHL. We actually lost time trying to put those moving averages. So on Woolworths, we did this chart a couple of weeks ago that Woolworths is trading higher, ne? And it needs to come back down and retest this level. Why did we say that? Because it broke out of a huge barrier. This was here, you see, this level was tested, and then it came back, tested again, it tested, it pulled away, and then now it actually broke out this level. Now it's retesting it. So this level was support, was resistance, ne? Now it has turned support, ne? So it's flipped from resistance, and now it has turned support. So guys, that's pretty much it for today and for the month of November. So my prices, guys, have changed. So Gale stocks gonna be 550, and the Gentleman's Club it's going to be 550, and then for both stocks and FX it's 850. These are just ones of fees. So you can follow me on socials. On TradingView it's Sbo Dlamini, Facebook it's Interpret Asset Management, and also my page there on Facebook. I have a page and then a personal account, so check out the page Sbo Giseni Sbo Dlamini, and then on Twitter it's it's Interpret Asset M, and then my personal handle on Twitter it's Sbo Dlamini. So I'm more active on my personal handle on Twitter. So guys, thank you. So let us read the disclaimer again. Trading high leverage products contain a high level of risk. So do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. So this statement it's very important, guys. So goodbye. I'll definitely check you out on the next video. Thank you and goodbye.